Good morning, everyone. Welcome, everybody. We are going to wait something like 2 minutes for the rest of the attendees, and then we are going to move on. One minute, and we are going to wait. Mohammed, I will let you start, and then and then I will continue. Let's go.
Thank you, Mehdi. Hallo allemaal, van harte welkom bij de Dropbox webinar. Mijn naam is Mohammed Oualit, Solution Sales Executive bij Ingram Micro. In die hoedanigheid ben ik onder andere verantwoordelijk voor de sales en ontwikkeling van Dropbox bij Ingram. Mehdi Bani is de distributiemanager bij Dropbox en hij gaat jullie in dit uur meer vertellen over Dropbox en HelloSign. De focus zal met name liggen op de manier waarmee jullie klanten kunnen helpen om georganiseerd te werken in het hybride werkmodel. Dat is natuurlijk iets waar we allemaal mee te maken zullen krijgen in de nabije toekomst. Aan het eind van deze sessie laat ik jullie graag nog met een aantal korte slides zien hoe je Dropbox en HelloSign kan bestellen via onze Cloud Marketplace. Mocht je gedurende de sessie wat vragen hebben, stel ze dan even in de chat, dan behandelen we ze aan het einde van de sessie. Ik verwacht dat de sessie iets minder dan een uur zal duren, dus daar zullen we voldoende tijd voor hebben. Met dat gezegd hebbende, Mehdi, you can take it away.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. Hi everyone, again, nice to meet you all. Happy to discuss with you and discuss about how Dropbox, how HelloSign can help your customer to stay focused in that new context, in that new situation that everybody is living clearly. And we are going to show you exactly the value of the solution and how you can use it to interest your customers and definitely make sure that these guys, your customers, will be clearly satisfied on a daily basis with their collaborative solutions. So today, again, I just want to introduce myself. As you can hear, I don't speak Dutch, but I did understand that Mohammed introduced himself. So just for myself, and I did understand that he did it for me as well, I'm distribution sales manager at Dropbox for 2 years right now. So my role on a daily basis is to support on the sales, but also on the technical side, the partner and the distribution, meaning Ingram Micro in France, but definitely also as a focus in the Benelux region, so Netherlands, but also Belgium and Luxembourg. So at the end of the call, I will be more than happy to show you and share with you the presentation, my details, and feel free to contact me for any demand. Of course, Mohammed will also be here for you. And again, here for the business, here for the technical side, and here to assist your customers and you guys in your activities, on your business. So today, as an agenda, we are going to discuss about a lot of things. So lots to do, lots to share with you. So first of all, I'm going to discuss and present to you the current environment for work, meaning that everything is actually changing. I mean, everybody is living the same situation, as I said, but it could be interesting to go a little bit deeper in that context. Again, as the title and the invitation was explaining, we are going to show you how Dropbox and HelloSign can facilitate your customers when moving to an hybrid working model. Then, because we are also discussing about partnership, I'm going to show you and present you the partner program, the Dropbox partner program. Let's be also realistic and a little bit more concrete. So I'm going to run a short demo of Dropbox and HelloSign, so you will see exactly how a document can be shared, used, but also signed around Dropbox. If, for example, you need to sign it from one place, and instead of sending document to paper doc via the post, you can do it directly with HelloSign. So another solution, another opportunity for you. Then I will hand over to Mohammed again, as he said, and he will explain to you how to purchase via Ingram Micro, via the cloud marketplace. So he's going to share his screen with some slides, and then we will let you sometimes for the Q&A. So let's move on. let's move on with some figures. First of all, always good to discuss about statistics. Dropbox today, everybody knows Dropbox. There is a real good brand awareness in the regions, in Europe, in the US, but actually, if your customers are pretty curious about who we are, you can tell them actually that we have actually more than 600 million registered users. That's clearly a global brand. We are active in more than 180 countries, a lot of paying users, and definitely 80% of the use of Dropbox is clearly for work. So in the beginning, we were clearly focused on the family plan. Let's say that people used to store their data into the cloud, thanks to Dropbox. But now, things were changing, and clearly, 6 years ago, and Dropbox is mainly used on the professional side than the family one. And as you can see, a lot of data are stored in our data centers, which, by the way, can be stored in Europe or in the US. And all these data actually will be shared with you in the future. Again, let's be concrete and let's talk about the current context. So, as you can see, I'm not in my work in my working place. I'm not working from the office, not anymore. By the way, Dropbox decided to move to the virtual first model, so it means that everybody is allowed and actually obliged for now to work from home, and then since the beginning of the pandemic, and that's pretty much the same everywhere. So 75% of the people, by the way, would like to work remotely at least once per week. So it means that in terms of usage, in terms of the way we are working, things changed because actually of the context, but definitely because this is the new way of working, and no matter where you are located, you have to be productive and efficient. And actually, some companies like Twitter, Shopify, and other US companies decided to go remote first, like I said, with Dropbox. So that's clearly not only, I would say, a fashion style, that's clearly the reality of our context and our lives, and things will not change. So it means that collaboration and working from different locations, even if it's from home, it's clearly now the norm. So a long-term shift is now accelerating. Just, in that picture, you can see that during the 20s, and I'm going to make it quick, people used to work from the office. The back office was actually the central point of the activities. Everybody was working from the office and nowhere else. So when you were leaving the building, actually the office, then nobody was working anymore. Things were changing in the 2010s. That's actually when I decided when I find a job, actually. Everybody was talking about the cloud. So everything needs to be stored into the cloud, but everybody's working from home. No, everybody was working from the office. Now things were changing and now accelerating, and the people is clearly the center of the activity. We are, and Dropbox, but also everybody talk about the people. Everybody's saying, okay, 70% of the company is saying that the people are the central and the main core of their activities. So we need to cherish the users and our collaborators to make sure they will be productive in that context. And that's why actually things, and we are pretty confident on that from the 2010s, 2020s, and even in the future, the people will be clearly the norm, and where we have to be focused on their satisfaction and the ease of use of the solution. And that's why actually Dropbox has some advantages, I would say. So the way people work has permanently changed, as I said. So actually, people were working from the office, and now they are working from home. So the work-life experience is clearly what everybody is probably living. I don't know for you guys, but more than 60% of the people are actually working from home for a long time. And as I said, things are not going to change. And this is just explaining that. But don't worry, every partners is struggling with similar challenges. It means that on the first part, you need to be sure that people will collaborate without any friction. You need to make sure that people will collaborate with the tools you provided to them perfectly and probably equally than in the past when they were all going to the office. But on the other hand, it's pretty important to also sorry, remove this here. It's also pretty important to secure your data, which is clearly the main important thing that the company has. And no matter where you are, located, and no matter what devices you are using. So of course, collaboration is something pretty important to stay productive, to stay focused on your job, to stay, I would say, challenging. But in the other hand, you cannot be challenging as a human being if there is no security for your data and your company. So both ideas, both things needs to be merged in one solution to make sure and the IT manager, but also the collaborators will be satisfied at the end. Okay, next slide. This slide is pretty interesting and funny. Actually, that's on average, according to Gartner, the number of applications that a collaborator is using per day. Of course, nobody is using 35 applications per day. Not 100% of the people are using 35 applications per day, but on average, that's actually what we are using. As you can see Slack, I'm using it, Microsoft Teams, hello, we are recording the video, Dropbox, Okta for the security, Monday.com, etc. So at least we see that in order to access to your work, to access to your data, to access to actually what you have to do, you need to connect to a dozen of applications. It means that in order to stay focused, you need to be organized, you need to be clearly focused and pretty rigorous. How to do it on a daily basis when the organization is not your focus is to be productive. Then you will have to orient and make sure that all the data, all the application, but also the people needs to be connected. And this could be done again, thanks to Dropbox Business. Our ability to focus is broken. I like this slide. It's pretty messy, but that's pretty much what people are saying to me when they are complaining about the fact that in order to stay productive, they need to use a lot of application, but and the files and the folders and the data in general is not stored in one location. But actually, you will continue to use many and dozens of applications. So how to, in that context, use many applications, be able to find pretty fastly your data, and make sure that you can collaborate with the people, with your customers, everybody pretty fastly. So there is many challenges here. Be secure, be organized, don't waste too much time, and make sure that the customers, even if the collaborators, even if they are located everywhere in the world, will be able to collaborate and be productive pretty fastly. So how can we fix this? That's pretty interesting. We got a lot of advantages around Dropbox that can help on that, and that's something that I'm going to show right now. So first of all, thanks to Dropbox, with Dropbox, you will be able to save time because one, the content will be centralized in one single place, which can be stored, of course, in your laptop, in your servers, if you want to, for example, back up your data, or even in the cloud directly. That's on you to decide, but at the end, you will be able to do it in order to save time and centralize all your content. So it's going to be pretty interesting to be productive. You will be able also to request and exchange content from collaborators. Again, you will be able to submit some rights to, for example, the CEO and not some internal people. Anyway, it's pretty interesting to organize the content with your collaborators. You will be able to coordinate projects more efficiently. You will be able to increase productivity thanks to Dropbox. How to do it? First of all, you will have an easy, simple access to your folders. You will be able to update files, even when you are actually offline. One example, construction. Some people, working from in the construction industry, has no internet access for something like internet connection for something like 1 hour or even 24 hours. That's not a problem. You will be able to store your data directly within Dropbox and access to it when you will store it directly locally. And when the connection will get back, then of course, an update of your folders and your file will be done directly. That's what we call the Smart Sync features, and that's included in all the Dropbox suite. You will be also able to sync and share large file faster. Actually, how to send an Autodesk file via email. That's pretty difficult, or let's see, impossible. And thanks to Dropbox, there is no limit in terms of size of file, and you will be able to share or even work from no matter what kind of document directly within Dropbox without any problem of productivity. Again, having the desktop experience on site through your phone and tablet is definitely possible. You can access via application, via your iPad, iPhone, the application, and you will be able to access and work on your content, directly via the application. Again, it's always difficult, and I'm not going to read on that, but it's always difficult to explain the value of Dropbox when it's just about sharing and using the content. It's also about different kind of industries, different kind of verticals, and the main thing is to talk about some use cases. So when you will see your customer, that's what you are doing every time, ask them how they are working, how the customer can be interested in, I would say, working on a collaboration project. How can we reduce and minimize some error by working from the latest plan? Actually, I got one version, my colleagues has another one. How can they work together pretty fastly with the content updated? Dropbox can do it, for example. So just ask questions typically. This can definitely raise some awareness, raise some question and some curiosity. And then after that, I mean, or you contact me directly and I will be able to assist you, or directly you can submit via Ingram Micro trial, and then people will be able to test during at least 30 days for free the solution in their environment. Again, Master Yoda used to say, collaboration users love, but control and visibility IT needs. Pretty important. And because we are talking about businesses, about professional security, and IT is clearly something important in the world. So there is, first of all, some IT challenges. The fact that we need to increase the security threats is increasing. The cloud, you need to have a control of the solution and the application that your collaborators are using. So please look at the shadow IT. That's clearly a big problem for all of us. The collaboration environment is clearly fragmented. People are working from OneDrive, others via Google Drive, with their personal devices. So collaboration is clearly something pretty difficult to manage. So having, for example, an administration console where you will see every users with their activities, with their content, and for example, what they've done during the last 12 months is pretty important for all of us. And then, because we are talking about their data, they will be able to secure it more efficiently. And again, the last point was talking about the fact that teams are disconnected. There is regional offices, different kind of clients locating everywhere. All this stuff are actually some IT challenges that Dropbox might solve. So first of all, we are able again to secure and control the company's data. How? By protecting your data, by enforcing customized security policies with some access, requesting access, for example. We are able to lock down your domain and secure unmanaged usage. Example, you are working with Ajax Amsterdam. If another user without the Ajax domain in his email address wants to enter and be part of the Dropbox team, is not going to be allowed because you are going to rule the policy around the domain. And this will again secure the fact that only personal and professional users within your company will be able to access your data if, of course, you give them access to it. And again, because you have an administration console, you will gain visibility and insight into end users' action. Again, another thing is the fact that you are probably selling many solutions. I mean, according to your customers' needs, can be Dropbox, hopefully, I would like to, but definitely Microsoft, which is, I would say, the central point of every company, but could be Adobe, VMware, and others. Anyway, Dropbox is a kind of friend, an open platform where you can easily connect to the tool that your team is actually using on a daily basis. So this is not a problem. Open platform with thousands of connectors which can be linked with all the application that your customer is using on a daily basis. So the question behind that will be, okay, So if my customer is already using another cloud solution, why should I use Dropbox? Well, in that case, because I already got this question, let's think about, is the solution, the current solution and the existing solution, an ease of use solution? Is that possible with that solution to work everywhere without any concern regarding the fact to access to the data pretty simply? Is it secure? Is it what the IT manager wanted? All this information will be able to give you the direction and make sure that your customer will be interested or not on Dropbox. You will be also able to streamline your workflow with the help of Dropbox. As I said, you get 1,000 of extension, and of course, you will stay organized, which is clearly something pretty important, in sync, because every content can be stored and located in one place. So again, I'm pretty happy to tell you that within Dropbox, you will be able to have all your content, all your folders, files, data for sure, but also all your application. All the application is connectable with Dropbox, and then within Dropbox, you will be able to work with Microsoft Excel, Word, or even Microsoft Teams if you need to connect it directly. That's pretty important. Again, working securely with Dropbox, as I said, is clearly possible. You will be able to secure your corporate and your client data. We got different kind of protocols. First of all, the AES 256, which is actually encrypting your data, meaning that when you will, upload some data in our data centers, this data cannot be used, or I would say taken by, I don't know, people who wants to take your data, for example, as this data cannot be used and visible because this is encrypted. So this protocol is used by every companies, and that's just the norm in terms of security. Again, data centers need to be secure. We got 1,000 of certification, the ISO 27001, which is securing the data, meaning that AWS, which is actually our provider, is not able to access to your data directly, as actually their data centers are certified. Again, you will be able to ensure confidential data is stay protected with the appropriate level of permission, meaning that the HR department is able to access to all the folders, but not the sales rep. Typically, that's what it means. And again, you will be able to e-discovery capabilities with Dropbox, and you will be able to share it with your customers. Again, last point regarding the fact that you will be able to save time with Dropbox. As you can see here, and I did it on purpose, you can see Adobe Sign. Again, we are able to welcome every kind of solution and vendors, like the e-signatures model from the competition. Adobe Sign is a competitor, and we are providing actually our e-signature solution, which is HelloSign, exactly the same. You are able to work from within Dropbox, and you are able to sign a document, and that's what I'm going to show you after during the demo. Anyway, save time in Dropbox, enhance the document review and approval workflow. Take a contract from the first drive to final PDF using native sharing and preview capabilities. Fastly and simply, take the final PDF you have in your Dropbox, using it with the Dropbox extension and sign it within Dropbox, so you will be able to save time instead of using, I don't know, DocuSign in one side, Dropbox in the other hand, and having a OneDrive because all your data is installed there. You can have all your content within Dropbox and use all the application within Dropbox. So sign the document can be done directly via Dropbox. Again, I'm not going to read everything, but you can automatically save updates back to Dropbox folders. So you will sign a document, okay? The original version without any signatures already stored in your Dropbox, but also the signed document in another folder, which will be created automatically by Dropbox. Let's move on. Let's talk now about the partner program. In general, I'm not mentioning all this information in the partner program because I'm discussing also with the customers and the fact that there is plenty of advantages. But because we are talking together and only between partners and the vendor, it's also good to have a kind of recap on the partner program. First of all, there is 5 reasons that I'm going to discuss with you to partner with us. First of all, you will be able to grow your business with recurring revenue, meaning that you will add in your portfolio our solution, but not in order to delete or I would say not working with another one, but this could be interesting to add another solution which can be oriented for certain of your customers and not for everyone. And this will give you recurring revenue thanks to, of course, the margin that you will have thanks to Dropbox. And again, I will show you the margin that you will have on the next slide, I guess. You will differentiate your value offering. That's what I was saying. Provide an open ecosystem in order to adapt your offer to your customers' expectation and their needs. Security, you will be able to secure and control companies' data thanks to Dropbox. So be a partner. You are more than welcome. And again, that's an intuitive product with easy deployment. And that's actually one of our main strengths. As everybody knows Dropbox, good brand awareness. And the fact is that everybody is able to use Dropbox without a big training, I would say. So even if you can provide some services, well, your customers will be more than able to work with Dropbox without your assistance on a daily basis, I guess, which is not the case of every solution, but I'm not going to mention it. This is recorded. Integrated solution approach, another reason to partner with us. Again, I was talking about the fact that we are an open platform. No matter that if we are dealing with different kind of solution like security, data governance, finance, or HR, I mean, Dropbox is clearly a good fit for all these solutions as the data can be stored everywhere, but one location for usage might be Dropbox. How to make business with us? 20% margin, reselling the licenses. That's constant. Again, at the end of my presentation, you will see the prices of the Dropbox solution and HelloSign. And by the way, I'm going to send you an email. But for you, the advantage is to get every time, always 20% margin on the public price, which is, just for the record, 120 euro per year per user. And then within that, you get 20% margin. This is a fast sales cycle. Actually, you don't need to spend something like 3 months to make sure your customer will take a decision. In general, the sales cycle takes something like 3 weeks. If you, from the moment you will detect a need, you will present the solution, you will make sure that they will test it. I'm sure in 3 weeks you will be able to close one deal. The services, make sure that we will support you from day one with the implementation, with the configuration. We got dozens of training available for you, different kind of add-ons, different kind of benefits that I'm going to details later on. And by the way, the development. I don't know for you guys if you're also, dealing with the API model, but that's also a big opportunity and something that we are clearly focused on. Could be for HelloSign, but also for Dropbox. Meaning that if you want to integrate Dropbox within one CRM or ERP that you are actually developing, this is clearly possible. We have an open API strategy, and we are here to help you and assist you on the development with our solution architect team. Again, the possibility to have different kind of business recurring with, for example, the upsell, with the renewal, is something pretty important. Again, I just forgot something on my on the partner program. Dropbox has an indirect strategy. We are not going direct. So it means that I'm not going to discuss directly with the customer in order to sell the solution directly. I will always include a partner, thanks to Ingram Micro and thanks to, of course, our channel team in the business. So it means that you will be the point of contact of the customer and you will have the margin, even if that's probably a lead which is coming from the customer, but the customer will not be allowed to purchase directly the solution right now. And this is a good news, but also a fresh one, as we decided to go indirect since the beginning of the year, which wasn't the case last year. Again, different kind of benefits for you. The fact that the brand awareness around Dropbox is pretty good will help you to discuss around collaboration and security pretty easily. Do you know Dropbox? Well, if your customers say no, I'm sure he's lying, but still, let's be humble. That's clearly an advantage to see that the brand is pretty well known. And even if, of course, not 100% of the people knows us, it could be pretty easy for you to talk about the solution pretty fastly without explaining everything about us. Again, you will have, and I'm not going to mention everything, some marketing and sales support, thanks to the partner portal, thanks to the fact that we are always updating some content for you. So you need a paper doc, a one-pager, some prices, presentation. We get everything for you in order to make sure that your main focus is your customer satisfaction. For the rest, we're here to support. API integration, I was mentioning the fact. And again, I advise you more than one time to add your services. So your training, your integration, your management, your support is clearly something that you can provide in addition to Dropbox. Like, okay, you will install the solution, but having something like a day and a half day on the training for all the customer could be interesting. And of course, that's on you to add it. And we can be here, I can be here to assist you on the training, for example, if it's relevant, no problem. Again, I was mentioning it previously, the partner portal. Every vendor has a partner portal today. That's clearly the central point for you. You will get every news around the solution, around the new releases. You will be able to have an access to the training part, actually a training for HelloSign, for Dropbox, on the technical and on the sales side. Access to the marketing and the sales resources. Please use this point, the deal registration. Okay, you got a deal, you want to declare it. This could be pretty interesting for us, but also for you, as you will be protected. So it means that no other partners will be able to declare or deal with the customer if you are already here. And this will be a gauge of protection for all of us. And again, because the partners are pretty important in the region, we got something like more than 500 partners in Europe. You can also have some exchanges and communication with our community within the partner portal, as everything is open. Let's talk about some benefits of the partner program. First of all, as I said, you will have an access to the partner portal, pretty good. Didn't mention, but we get different kind of level of the partner program. The first level is the registered one, select and elite. It depends actually on your activities and on the number of customers that you will manage. So of course, when you will start with us, you will become a registered partner, which will give you some different kind of benefits, like the fact to access to the partner portal, the fact to have some internal licenses, 5 licenses for Dropbox, 5 for HelloSign, and this is for free. And then, according to your activities and your revenue, we will give you definitely more licenses. And clearly 50 if you became select, and up to 75 if you became elite. Again, you are eligible for marketing MDF, marketing development funds, meaning that if you want to organize, I don't know, a webinar, a lunch and learn, even if right now that's pretty difficult. Anyway, any kind of activities, our marketing department will be here to support you by, again, funding your activities and make sure that this will be successful for all of us. Again, I was mentioning the deal registration information. If you are, professional and the best of the deal range, you will be eligible of some rebate on the prices. So you will have you will have more than 20% margin. Actually, you can get 30 or even 35. Other benefits, not going to mention everything, but marketing support is something important. The sales support from day one, some resources, some tools, some technical guidance also. Again, solution architect team is here for you in order to assist you. But there is also some requirement, like the fact to be certified and trained. So what I've been presenting to you about the partner portal and the fact that you get some training courses is not just here to assist you and to make sure you will understand Dropbox, but this will show us if you are, committed enough to be part of the partner program and part of our program, our network. So you will have to, and this is required, to have at least one employee certified on the Dropbox side, but also on the HelloSign one. So HelloSign training and HelloSign and Dropbox training is actually mandatory for at least one people if you want to stay registered, and even more, I mean, depending on your company size, of course, for the rest. What's next for you? I mean, okay, Mehdi presented a couple of things with his wonderful English, wonderful Franglish, but what's next? Actually, next step for you, and again, I will send you an email, will be to download the new partner program guide. Again, you get the address, but I will send you the link directly in order to get all this information and contact me. But I will contact you, to be honest with you, to discuss about how did you feel about Dropbox, how can we move forward together, and that's clearly something that we can already plan together in order to make sure that the third quarter, as Q2 is already done, can be a success for both of us. Again, I show you additional content. Again, I will show you and I will share with you the presentation. But you will have an access to some information like the use cases. I will zoom into it. Okay, I get a use case around collaboration. What's the value proposition? Okay, I get some information that I can mention to the customer in order to make sure that this will be the key differentiator for the customer, and it will go in your direction. So this is some content. No need to explain it for all of you around the use cases, different kind of features, different kind of questions as well. Is Dropbox secure enough? Yeah. Encryption with the AES protocol, I was mentioning it, and so on. HelloSign API and HelloSign web application. I didn't mention it as, I mean, I don't want to push too much information, but you get this information, and I'm going to show you pretty fastly with the demo. And finally, you want to discuss with your customer how to start, where to start. A discovery question. I gave you some ideas here. This is actually for you. Okay. How do your team members access and share large files while working remotely? How they are doing it? Microsoft Teams, Slack, others, anyway. Nothing, who knows? This might help you to orient the conversation through Dropbox. And no need to mention everything, but this is clearly here for you, so please use it. Another question, does Dropbox work with my customer existing application? I answered that question, but absolutely yes. Open platform, you can work with every kind of solution with Dropbox directly, and this is here for you. Another one, how do I execute the file migration for my customers? Cloud to cloud migration, let's say it like that. Easy to roll out. First of all, we got a technical team which is supporting you for this kind of activities. I will be here, of course, for assistance and for support. But Dropbox is easy to roll out. Typical deployment time is 2 or 3 days. Sorry, you will be able to do it for a small business. Well, we integrate Active Directory for user, and this is actually provisioning and deprovisioning the migration and the file migration. And again, another one. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to show you how Dropbox is working with my browser directly. As you can see, I'm using a MacBook Pro. No matter what kind of OS you are using, this is not a problem as we are going to the web. So I'm opening Google Chrome directly, and I will do it for you. I'm going to Dropbox. Here it is. As you can see, you will have on the left actually an access to all your files, the recent file, the start one if you are using mainly the main important files or folders on a daily basis, for example, the shared files and the deleted ones. All right, let's go into one folder. That one, distribution Ingram, Netherlands, and then within the folder, I will have an access, of course, to some subfolders, different kind of files, some PDF, some link, for example, to Dropbox or even to the Help Center. You can also create within Dropbox a folder or a document, which can be a Google Doc, a Word document, PowerPoint, spreadsheet, or even more. I'm not integrating a lot of application on my side, but if you are working with others, of course, this will be presented here when you will connect to it. Then you will be able to see how many people are actually part of these folders. I am the owner, but other people are actually connected to that. And I will have an access to it. And then, if I want to select the document, I will select it. What can I do here? I can share it for other people which are not part of the team via a link if I want. I can put some setting here. Will I have some info regarding the viewer? Okay, I will send you a link. I will send you a document. Do I want to have a notification on this information? Yes or no? But I can also use different kind of solution within Dropbox. And that's what I'm going to do with HelloSign. So we click on it. As you can see, that's a PDF. Here it is. So I can share it. I can open it with another application, for example, but I can also send it for signature directly within Dropbox. And again, let's say that's a sales link, but because we are also selling Dropbox but HelloSign, you can do it directly with Dropbox. Again, if we are using DocuSign or others, that's exactly the same process. And then I will be able to sign my PDF document I just named. I'm the only signer. Should I add other people? Let's assume that that's a yes. Okay. Another signer. We can enable signer requirements, meaning that if that person is not actually the correct signer, the right people to send the document, these people will be able to forward transfer the signature to another people, which is the decision maker, if I enable this possibility. Then I will be able also to set signer order. Why should I do that? I will send you an invoice, but I need to sign it first. Why will I sign it first? Because I can make some mistakes, so I will double check again the figures, and then I will make sure that Mehdi will sign first. And then Valérie will sign after that. Again, you can create an access code to give more security to your document. Okay, I will type 1, 2, 3, 4. I will send this information to my customer, and then you will have to access to the document to type the access code. Pretty easy, actually. I'm the only signer. As you can see with HelloSign, you got 4 steps before the completion. You can be able to place some fields, okay, just for the test. All right. So I'm going to include my signature. Sorry, that's even more here. Perfect. What kind of signature field can I add? The initial, for example. Super. The date, the name, the text box, okay, etc. So you will be able to customize on your own directly the solution in order to make sure that the customer will be satisfied with your customer in your presentation. Then you go next. Okay, the document will be signed because I'm the only signer, and I will be able to store it directly within the folder I just used, or even somewhere else pretty easily. So that's pretty it on my presentation. Again, I can show you a couple of features, but the main thing that you will have to remember on that is that thanks to Dropbox, you can access and centralize all your content. You can use all the applications that your customers are using on a daily basis, and actually you can gain time and make sure you will be productive, no matter your location, no matter your devices, and the fact that security is clearly something important. All these concerns are actually solved thanks to Dropbox. So I will hand over right now to Mohammed for the second part, meaning how to buy via Ingram Micro, and then after that we will finish with the Q&A. So thank you very much, and Mohammed, that's on you.
Yes, thank you, Mehdi. Dank voor de aandacht tot nu toe. Ik zal even mijn presentatie delen. Even kijken. Dat is die. Kunnen jullie mijn scherm zien? Kan iemand even in de chat bevestigen?
Hij is zichtbaar.
Top. Ik wil graag aan de hand van een aantal slides laten zien hoe je Dropbox en HelloSign kan kopen via onze Cloud Marketplace. Ik zal hem even starten. De eerste stap is altijd even naar de Cloud Marketplace gaan natuurlijk. Dan surf je naar deze link nl.cloud.im. Vervolgens zoek je Dropbox en HelloSign op. Die vallen in verschillende categorieën. Dropbox staat onder Communication en Collaboration. En HelloSign valt onder Business Applications. Als je op die links klikt, dan kun je inloggen op de Marketplace. Nadat je dat hebt gedaan, kom je terecht in de moderne omgeving van de Marketplace. Daar kun je heel makkelijk zoeken naar Dropbox. En dan vind je alle oplossingen die wij hebben van Dropbox. Dus zoals Mehdi al aangaf, er zit ook een trial bij die je heel makkelijk kan activeren voor je klant. En vervolgens zie je in het volgende scherm, nadat je het hebt gezocht of erop hebt geklikt, zie je alle producten. Je ziet de subscriptieperiode, dus hoe lang de periode is. Je ziet hier bijvoorbeeld een trial staan. Je ziet de adviesverkoopprijs staan, jullie marge en jullie kostprijs. Hierna kun je de licenties toevoegen aan de winkelwagen en vervolgens linken aan een klant. Ik vergelijk het proces altijd een beetje met het kopen bij een webwinkel. Alleen het grote verschil is natuurlijk dat je de klant nog moet linken aan de licentie. Maar in essentie is het hetzelfde als online shoppen bij een webwinkel. Dat is eigenlijk het hele proces om Dropbox en HelloSign te kopen en te koppelen aan je klant. Zoals Mehdi zei, er is altijd 20% marge op de MCP-prijs. Mochten jullie er niet helemaal uitkomen bij het bestellen of toch vragen hebben over de Cloud Marketplace of over Dropbox in het algemeen, stuur ons dan even een mail aan cloud@ingrammicro.nl of bel ons op dit nummer. We zijn elke dag bereikbaar van 9 tot half 6 en we staan klaar om jullie hierbij te ondersteunen. Dat is de presentatie over de Cloud Marketplace. Mochten er vragen zijn, stel die dan even in de chat en dan kunnen wij die behandelen.
I think you finished, Mohammed, yeah?
Yes, I'm finished, Mehdi.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
I don't know if there is any question, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here for you. Yeah, we got a question. This is just a private message. Where the data are actually stored? Good question. Data location actually can be modified and decided by your customers. Originally, and I mean automatically, data are stored in the US. But if, for example, the customer, for any concerns and any reasons, wants to store only the data in Europe, that's clearly possible, and data will be stored in our AWS data center in Frankfurt. And again, this is respecting the different kind of certification and regulation, like GDPR, even if that's pretty difficult to explain it fastly. But if you need to store your data in Europe, that's clearly possible without any problem, first of all. I see another question. Let me see. One question. Are the best practice to execute a migration, for example, for OneDrive or Nomadesk? Thanks for this. Pretty easy. Pretty easy again. As I said, first of all, you partner will never be alone for this kind of activities, meaning that the solution architect teams will assist you on a daily basis. So it means that you will open a case, you will raise a ticket, and our team will assist you. How to do it? Pretty easily. You will be able to place an order via the Cloud Marketplace, as Mohammed just explained, and then you will be able to migrate directly your data by uploading your data directly from Nomadesk, from OneDrive directly via Dropbox. So it means that there is an automatic migration tool which will help you to actually migrate your data pretty easily. Honestly, depending of course on the bandwidth, the network, etc., it's not going to take more than 1 day, depending of course of the number of data that you will have. But still, that's pretty easy. So we got a migration tool, a technical team which is supporting you on this case. in order to make sure that on my desk, OneDrive or the others can be migrated to Dropbox pretty easily. Okay, just looking at the question. Sorry, guys. I think that's it. Let's see. Yeah, last question. I see another one. Mohammed, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure there is another one. I just saw that one. I'm already selling Microsoft, meaning I'm already selling Microsoft Teams, the Office 365 suite, meaning Teams, OneDrive, Google, etc. Why should I sell Dropbox? Where is the value behind? First of all, and I mentioned the fact that there is plenty of advantages of selling Dropbox. If I'm discussing with you as a partner, let's see in terms of money, in terms of revenue, if this could be profitable for you. 20% margin, well, I know the margin of the other vendors. I'm not sure you will have the same, but that's not actually an advantage or an explanation that I should say. The main reason could be the ease of use, the security, the fact that no matter if you are a professional of the collaboration, you will be able to access your data pretty easily. And by the way, you will have one application where you will be able to do everything. When we are mentioning Microsoft, there is a different kind of bricks, different kind of blades, let's say. Okay, you want to store some data, you use OneDrive. You want to collaborate, that's for Teams. Then you want to use, I don't know, Word, that's another one. So it means that you will have plenty of application, and in order to stay productive, that's pretty challenging. So instead of having thousands of applications doing wonderful things, because Microsoft is just wonderful and one of the best solutions, no subject on that, the ease of use and the productivity can be decreasing as you will use plenty of solutions. Having one single solution where you can do everything pretty easily and securely is clearly another advantage where you can work. And the last thing is that the adaptability, the flexibility of the solution is here. Okay, you want to deal with construction, with some IT manager, with some HR department. Anyway, you are able to adapt the way you are going to work, meaning having access to every folders, having access to different kind of solution within Dropbox pretty easily. Autodesk, we have some integration and a partnership and technical partnership with them, which makes the collaboration and the usage pretty easy. And that's everything the same. So open platform, happy to discuss and actually work with all the vendors, and that's actually what we are doing, and this from day one. So Microsoft is a good tool. Keep selling it for sure, but this could not be the only solution to every need. And for the others, like there is some concern around the security, the ease of use, and the fact that you need to stay productive, etc. Dropbox is clearly, and HelloSign is clearly an advantage that you can get. I don't know if there is other question. I'm just reading the chat. I had a client who wanted to store its data in Europe already, but that's only for 6 licenses, so this was impossible. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the question. That's absolutely true, but I will correct it as things are changing internally. That's right. When you want to store your data in Europe, originally, you need to get 15 licenses. So if you get 10, US and only US. Problem? Absolutely. In that case, please contact me directly and I will raise a ticket because the rule is still here, but there is, that's recorded, there is some exception. So you are able to ask me because there is a real reason behind and you will be able to store data in Europe without any problem. I confirm. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I will just wait 1-2 minutes, 1 minute to see if there is any another question. But if not, I just wanted to thank you all for your presence, your attendance. Thank you, Mohammed, for your help, and all the Ingram teams. Again, at the end of the call, I'm going to send you an email explaining exactly all the values and the information I just presented. And feel free to contact me for any concerns. We, Mohammed and myself, but also Nouri, are more than happy to assist you for all your business cases. So thank you very much again.
Sure, thank you Mehdi. En dank voor jullie aanwezigheid allemaal.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye bye.